I went ahead and started working on some of those sashes that I mentioned in video earlier today. I'm going to start this video. But I was going to show you me cutting it out a little bit to give you an idea. And I'm having to do this in my den because I don't have room in my sewing room to get to my table good. So I'll show you. But I'm taking and I cut these out a lot of times with just cardboard. I've got several of these in different sizes, and I write the size on it, and I put my hole in it so that I can hang them up. But this makes a good size because you're going to sew 1/4 of an inch all the way around it anyway. So it makes a good size for those sashes, 4 3/4. And I took these pants right here was my mother's. My mother has passed away, and I love the material, so I use stuff like that to make my stuff with. But anyway, I already cut these out. There's 6 of them there because I've got 3 more girls to make. I've already got 1 of them made. And then I'm going to use this material too and make some as well. And I've got some lace in there that as we progress in this, you'll see what I do. But you can also double this up. Like I need 3. So I would fold this like right here, and double it up. See, there's 1 layer, and I'll make 3, and then I'll trace that out. I've got a red pencil, but this won't work too good for this. So I'll probably just trace that one out by holding it together. Since it's no crazy thing that, matters if you're exactly perfect. So that'll make 3 of those. So I will get on with this, and we'll show you more. Hey guys, the next part with this that I'm going to go ahead and show you is I'm putting me some rice in a bowl. I'm getting enough for all of them, but for the 3 each, I'm using 1/3 of a cup. I think that's going to be about right. So for each pouch, so 1, 2, there's 3 pouches each, 3. And just regular white rice. It don't have to be nothing fancy. And then, I would use glass for this, not plastic, and I would also use a utensil that's not absorbent of things because you're going to use your essential oils. And I'm going to you can use whatever you want to, and it's hard to say how much. That right there was about empty, so I wanted to go ahead. I'm going to use peppermint and bergamot. I love bergamot, but that's me. So just use what you want to. I don't think that's going to be enough for as many as I'm making. And just mix it up. I can't tell you how many to put. Just kind of get it to where you like the smell of it, I reckon. And really mix it up good because it's going to soak into these grains. Don't make a mess like I just did. It's going to soak into these grains. And you will pour these in your pouches. Using a little funnel is what I used before. It's just a small funnel. And stick it down in there. And stick you about 1/3 cup is what it looks like it's going to be. If you want to, and I think I will, I'm going to add just maybe half of that 1/3 more. The reason being is you don't never know if spills like I just did for one thing. I think I'm going to have more peppermint. And just to make sure you get your bags full enough. We'll add more peppermint. Because the peppermint, to me, this is my idea with it anyway. If they do, because my kids go to a lot of ball games and stuff like that too, and I figure if they go to ball games and they heat this up in the microwave and it really starts making that peppermint stick out more, it may help them to breathe. I'm enjoying it right now. I'm just standing here smelling it. So, there's that part. Okay, I don't know how this is going to work. This may bounce around a lot. It may not. I've got my little right sides together like I mentioned earlier with that at the top. Stick it together. Start on the opposite end of the lace. And just do a 1/4 inch seam all the way around. This may vibrate. I'm not really sure. Maybe. Oh, and back stitch. Be sure you back stitch because when you start putting pressure, putting the rice in there, you'll be stretching it somewhat. So be sure you back stitch at the beginning and the end. 1/4 wrench all the way around. Leave the needle in, pull it up, twist around, go again. Leave the needle in, just a couple more there. Twist it. This is side 3. Leave the needle in, twist it. Now on the last, on the last square, I knew it was going to vibrate some. On the last square, go halfway, don't go all the way across. And then back stitch. Be sure you back stitch. And then you sewn it. Now after I do that, I like to take my corners and cut my little corners off. Because this helps your points come out better whenever you flip it right side out. And take all your little scraps. I want to show you my, well, I can't. I've got it. I'll show it to you sometime. I can't show it to you. I've got a little thing over here that my oldest daughter, I want to flip this inside out. My oldest daughter made me probably one of her first sewing projects when she was little. And it's a little pocket. It looks like a little pocket. And she hand sewed it to beat it all. And I've always stuck it beside of my sewing machine and put my little scrap pieces in it so that they don't all fall on the floor so bad. But you get this thing turned right side out. Maybe. Struggling, get your little ends, point them out. You can get you a skew or a little wooden skew or your scissors or whatever you want to use. And get your little points out. Good. And then there you have it. So you got your little part that's open here that you can put your rice in, and then you'll sew that up either by hand or the other way. And I've got these two done other than putting the rice in them and sewing them up. So that gives you an idea. And I'll stack these since I've got 3 different ones. I've got the pink, the darker color, and then I'll have the pink again I'll put on top. And I'll tie a little ribbon around it, and I'll try to make a little video of that, or maybe at least attach a picture.